kids come out and they get a little talk from the veterans, and they are joined by other veterans and active duty personnel who come out and help them out. And they go around to the graves and they plant the flags. They go through the entire cemetery with the veterans, with the active service members, and they plant the flags at all the tombstones.
When you see the veterans interact with the kids, what's that like?
It's amazing because these kids, thank God they didn't have to be drafted. They didn't have to serve in the military, and they usually don't have parents who served in the military.
Right.
So they don't really have a concept of what that means. But them interacting with the older generation, they're learning something, and they're hearing stories, and they're being told about their experiences in the wars and how they want to serve their country. And they really get something out of it. You see the kids, the veterans will sometimes go up to a grave and salute, just like this. And sometimes you see the kids mimicking it and not making fun of it. They're doing it because they think that's what you're supposed to do.
Wow.
So they're doing the exact same traditions that the veterans do.
And what makes it unique or compared to any other military awareness event, the religious connection? What makes that special for you?
For me, it's that my grandfather was in the U.S. Navy. And our family's a Navy family. All of my great uncles were in the Navy, and it really means a lot to me. He always used to take us to the Navy bases, to take us out on the tours of the ships, and he was my hero. And he passed away 2 years ago. And I remember when I went to his funeral, I said, "Are you guys sure you do this for Memorial Day every year?" Because he's buried in New Jersey. I said, "I got to make sure that you guys plant these flags every year." It was very important to me because I did this, and he was so proud of me when I told him I was involved in this kind of stuff. So it meant a lot to me that I continue this and keep doing it, and I just hope that somebody on the East Coast is doing the same thing for him.